Perspective on Florida Gateway College Television is sponsored by Potash Corp of White Springs. Potash Corp, helping nature provide.
Hello everyone and welcome to Perspective. This is a public affairs presentation of Florida Gateway College. My name is Mike McKee and my guest is Mike Nelson. He is the president of the Columbia County Resources, the organization that puts on the Columbia County Fair. And if Mike Nelson is here, that means the fair is coming to town. They'll be here this Friday and we're going to talk a little bit about what's going to happen at the fair and what you can look for and how you can have a lot of fun. We'll do that when we come back. Don't go away.
Paramedic, you have your own goals and a journey to follow. And that's why Florida Gateway College offers a bridge to success, starting from where you are now.
I wanted more in the medical field. I wanted a steadier pace.
That's why we offer licensed paramedics a way to become a registered nurse in a little over a year.
I love being a nurse. You want to know why? Because I'm making a difference.
Start your journey today at Florida Gateway College.
Welcome back to Perspective here on Florida Gateway College Television. The president of the Columbia County Resources is Mike Nelson, and we're going to talk about the Columbia County Fair. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Let's talk about the fair. It's coming up this weekend, and it is at the Columbia County Fairgrounds. It starts out on Friday with a sort of a ribbon cutting, I guess, sort of.
Yeah, well, we haven't been doing a ribbon cutting in the past few years, but the gates open at 4 o'clock. From 4 to 6, we have free gates, so there is no admission from 4 to 6 on opening day, just kind of as we've grown accustomed to allowing everybody to come in and enjoy the fair.
Now, our fair has a livestock component, which is basically, the livestock is what kind of the fair revolves around, correct?
Originally, that's what, between that and the putting together of farmers being able to bring their fruits and stuff to the fair to a general location. But we've got a great livestock group this year. You got 4-H and FFA puts on the livestock, brings their livestock in. We've got a slew of hogs and beef and heifers.
And of course, poultry and rabbits. Yeah. And
got our big poultry tent will be back with all the exhibits of all the different chickens and roosters and turkeys, and it's just an array of different.
Well, and the fair is a great way, and we've talked about this before in previous years. The fair is a great way to introduce children that have maybe never seen a hog or a rooster or a turkey or a rabbit up close. This gives them a chance to see where their food comes from.
Oh yeah, of course. We, they can't touch any of the show animals, but we do have a petting zoo. I mean, you've got a lot of people that are born and raised in the city that have no idea, what goes on out there. So yeah, it's a good place for them to come out, have a good time, learn a lot. I mean, we've got exhibits that are being put on in the exhibit building by the elementary schools. They've got booths out there. So there's a lot going on, a lot to see, a lot of different attractions.
Yeah, and for those of you who aren't familiar, the fair started, 50 years ago?
Yeah, this is our 62nd annual fair.
62nd fair. And what happened back in the day is this was a very rural agricultural community. Tobacco was grown here for many years. Cotton was grown here. Corn, anything you can think of, as well as livestock. And the week of the fair was the opportunity for all the farmers to come in and show what they had done over the growing period of the summer, and including, and they would give ribbons to the largest steer. And talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's revolved over many years, because when it all started out, it was more or less a gathering of the community. It brought the community together, the farmers together, they were able to come in and like you said, show what they've grown through the year. It just, everything from canning, they brought, and a lot of this they just traded. It was stuff that they had that they swapped out and they traded amongst each other. So yeah, it was really a good thing to bring the whole community together is how it kind of really started.
Well, back in the day, the men worked the cattle, and that's changed a little bit. Now you've got FFA and 4-H kids, little girls that are learning to take care of animals. And so, but the women back in the day did the home economics type things, where, and you do have a component of that as well?
As well, we have, the moms and all can still bring their canning goods together and put them on to get ribbons and stuff and all. They're knitting, they're quilting, beautiful quilts. I mean, they make some of the prettiest quilts that you'll ever see to come out and look at. So they still have their own little competition as well amongst ourselves.
Yeah, so, and you can come out and see that. That is on display, because that judging takes place, or has been taking place through the week. And then the ribbons will be put on those, and so you'll know who won for best preserve, who won for the best pickles.
Oh yeah, there's a variety of different categories that they can enter in. I mean, they've got everything from cakes to pies to pickles to, all kind of canning products that they've canned. So, yeah, it's really fascinating to see the different things that everybody can bring out.
My question is, how do you become a cake judge? I mean, is there a cake?
You eat it.
Is there a cake judging school that you go to learn how to? Cause
no, I don't think so.
I could see a lot of people would want to have that type of job. But
so you want to be one of the judges?
Yeah, well, I mean,
we need to have you out as a judge.
I have to have good taste, though, right?
Yeah, you got to be able to taste the cakes, and you can't eat too many of them because and we'll give you a bottle of water to kind of wash it out.
Okay. Well, that's really neat. And again, it takes you back, a historic look at Columbia County the way it used to be back in the 40s, and so it's a great experience to show your children as well, because everything now is, you go to a grocery store and you get everything you need. You don't know how it's done. In the old days, you had to butcher a cow, you had to butcher a hog, you had to, and then you stored it with ice. Sometimes in the old days it was salt that they preserved meat with. Canning is done a certain way, and then your home ec stuff like your quilting is a lost art. There's a couple guilds here in Columbia County that do that, so that's kind of interesting to see what all that.
And you need to come out as well, because we have, like I said, several of the elementary schools and all, they're going to have booths out there in our entertainment building, and they're going to be setting up, and they're going to be showing some of the things that they do at school and that they're proud of, that the school's bringing to show off to the public too. So it's kind of supporting our kids at the school, showing what they're involved in with their school. So yeah.
Well, and again, back in the 60s, it was a way for car dealers every car dealer in town would have the new model year on display, and so basically businesses in the community that want to show people all in one place, kind of like a one-stop shop to see what people are doing in Lake City business-wise as well.
Correct. We have our buildings that everybody in their different businesses come in, they set up their own booths and kind of show off their expertise as to what they're doing, and it's gives them an opportunity, especially new businesses in town. They got booths, they can come in, set up, and people walk through the barns to be able to see what's all new. And again, as we say, it's everybody coming back together. There, as you know as well as I do, there's people that we don't see all year long, and we can go to the fair and we're going to see those people during the fair.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to socialize as well. My wife hates it because people come up to me all the time, and sometimes I don't remember who they are, and she's like, "Who was that?" I said, "I don't remember," but the older you get, that happens. So Friday night, October 28th, is the first night of the fair. Then Saturday, you have a livestock judging that'll be going on Saturday. At 1 o'clock, you got Barnyard Olympics. Now, what is that? Are we racing chickens or?
No, and the Barnyard Olympics, that's something that whole barn livestock crew over there is putting together, so I can't really give you any details
we don't know
about
what it could be.
No, that's Kelly and them are putting something together over there. So I would hate to elaborate on what that's going to be.
I could just see the rooster high jump or the triple jump or the pole vault by the rabbits. We'll have to see. Again, Saturday they're going to have Barnyard Olympics at 1 o'clock. Then they have the Youth Goat Show at 4 o'clock, and armbands all day are $20. So
Correct.
The best deal is going to be on the weekends with the $20 armbands.
And we got 70 goats this year, so there's a lot of goats to show.
Okay.
So.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. That's Senior Citizen Appreciation Day is Sunday, October 30th. So you get to go into the booth, look all you
Senior
want.
Citizens is free gate admission.
Okay, so Sunday
well
that's
as
a
veterans.
Military Appreciation and Family Day.
Correct.
That's the 30th.
Correct. We've got a special on Family Day for the families themselves. If you've got a family and you want to come out and enjoy the fair and ride the rides, Sunday is your best deal out of all of them. It's a one-time admission and ride all the rides all day
For
until
$15.
we close for $15.
So that's good. That's a good deal. So if
So-
you're on a tight budget, that's the time to do it.
That is the best time to come into the fair because, you know, it's $15 per person whether you're riding or not. But still, when you add it up and you pay $5 a piece, and then you go buy $20 armbands, even for a family of 4 that has to pay $15 each, even if they're not going to ride, they still save money on Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday has become a very, very popular day for families.
Now I know another day you wanted to highlight was Wednesday, November 2nd. Why is Wednesday, the second week of the fair, important?
We have teamed up with Catholic Charities to create a can drive. So you can bring canned goods. And it's fill a truck. We're going to have a pickup truck sitting at the gates. And you can bring a canned good, and we are going to fill the bed of this truck full of canned goods for Catholic Charities. And by bringing those canned goods, we're going to give you an admission into the fair for free.
So
And
you got
all
three-
those proceeds will go to Catholic Charities.
So three non-perishable items.
Three
that
non-perishables.
Go in, get you an entrance into the fair, and Catholic Charities is they have the food bank here
Right.
in town.
They're recipients of it. So
Right. So and they distribute the food where it's needed the most. Now, we could talk. Two talking heads can talk for half an hour about the Columbia County Fair and what it's all about. But we actually went out and shot some video, and we hope we can come back out and show the fair to the folks. But we've got some video here. There are games. The Midway does have rides and does have games, and for all
We got
ages
ride
as well.
for the kids,
This
too,
might be
yes.
something that you would like, little Dumbo. But this is obviously for little children. But again, it's an experience for youngsters. I know. Being at the first fair, you don't know. You see all the bright colors, and you're moving around, and you get
my little 5-year-old granddaughter just got to where she would ride some of those rides last year. So
And see, this
it's,
is one for a younger crowd.
yeah, we have them for all age groups. We got the ones that'll make you sick too when you get on them.
This might do it. This is
That's one of
obviously-
the older age group rides
Yeah,
there.
this I understand. This goes all the way up and comes all the way around.
Yeah.
But the fair, it's really a very safe environment. Here's one that would get you sick.
Yeah, we have security on site, so our local law enforcement also helps us out to try to control the crowd. So, you know, there's no alcohol and no firearms admitted on premises. But
This looks like it would get you a little bit busy.
we're going to have to get you out there this year and get you up in the helicopter.
Yeah,
there is helicopter rides.
I
this
really
year.
do want to
Yeah.
shoot video because I think looking at it from above, I know the poster. And we're going to show the poster here in a second. The poster is from 1972. You said
It's in the early 70s, yes.
this is the start. I mean, these are all things that. I mean, entertainment for kids, for adults. There's something for everyone at the fair. This is that's the one that's crazy right there. Everybody knows about
Himalaya.
the Himalaya. Of course,
Himalaya's been around for years.
well, the Himalaya is the one that runs the acid rock as loud as they can as well.
Right.
This is
Some of those strange animals. to be
yeah,
able
the
to see.
freak, kind of freak show. And there,
Yeah.
there's the Sweeney Brothers. They're not going to be with
They're
us,
not,
but
yeah.
what a great entertaining group they are.
Yeah, they're not coming back this year. They've already had something else booked, so they won't be back with us. They were a good bunch, though. Yep. But we'll get you up in the helicopter. We got helicopter rides out there this year. We had them last year as well, but yeah, we'll have to get some footage, some aerial footage.
Oh, and here we have the games, which is kind of cool. You're trying to win your girlfriend a prize, or your girlfriend's trying to win you a prize, whichever way it goes. Game of Chance. Again, it's wholesome family entertainment at the Columbia County Fair, the 62nd annual Columbia County Fair at the fairgrounds off State Road 247, which is everybody knows it as the Branford Highway. Mike, you got Ron Diamond coming back. He's going to be the entertainment. Tell us a little bit about Ron Diamond. I know that he's been back for several years in a row.
Oh yeah, he's part of the family now. I mean, we couldn't have the fair without Ron Diamond. He is outstanding.
Tell us what he does.
He has his magic show during the day, and he always brings some new magic every year that hasn't been here from before. And then at nighttime, and the only time he can do it is after it gets dark, he does a hypnosis show. And every year we try to get Mike to come out, and we need to get him under hypnosis, but he always leers around that. But he does a great hypnosis show.
There's a reason for that.
And it always has to be at dark. It can't be during the day. He can't do hypnosis during the day. But it's hilarious just to see his hypnosis show because of what he has these people actually doing that has no idea what they've done. I mean, none. It's hilarious.
Now here's the poster. I know that we've got Lucas on camera today. I don't know if you can see this. Lucas, if you can zoom in. This is the poster. This is the poster that is going to be.
And those should be in most of your businesses around town should have those in the window.
All right. Yeah, there we go. Now,
so
now you tell me. You look in the back of this photograph. This is a picture taken probably on a fire truck, maybe. Because it's not quite above the Ferris wheel. I
think it's on a high lift, because we've always had a high lift out there every year.
But if you look over here, this is where Home Depot is.
Yep.
And the bowling alley would have been right over here. And none of those structures are there, because you see that's taken shooting east. So this is an older photograph. But you see that this is what's going to go on. You got Ron Diamond, and you got
Brad Boderi. He's a ventriloquist. He'll be a strolling act out there this year.
And we got
the Fame Racing.
Okay, yeah. This is the one. This is the one that I think we've got a car here.
Yeah. Yep. That's I just brought kind of an example of the car. It's actually.
That's pretty big car now.
It's a big car. It's
hold that. Yeah.
We've got Fame Racing that's and I've got that up close to me, so I'm not sticking it out like a fish to make it look any bigger. But we have Fame Racing that's coming this year, and they will be actually racing 3 times a night with these cars on a track, and we're getting sponsors to go on these cars, and they will be drawn out of the crowd. You'll have a chance to have your name put and picked to race these cars. There'll be three races a night. We've got 12 cars that are racing, and it's a good sized car.
And that's the size that'll be on a racetrack.
Yep.
Will it be just 1 against 1, or
no? There'll be like 6 out there on a track at one time racing. So
there's a chance these things are going to wreck.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's a chance that they'll wreck, and it's like I said, then they'll have a winner each night, and those winners will have an opportunity to come back the last night of the fair and actually compete against the other winners for a championship, and they'll get a small trophy and all. So
now, are these radio-controlled cars?
Yes, sir, they are. They're to where they can move around on the track.
Okay, so you can control them,
yep.
And you're actually racing as if you're racing an actual car, but you're using probably a joystick and giving it the gas. So
yep.
That's pretty neat.
Something we haven't ever had here before, and so we were lucky enough to get them to come in. As well as having the racing, we're going to have a truck racing simulator that you can get in and actually participate in as well with the simulator.
All right, and so the fair actually goes. You can go from Friday to Saturday, November 3rd. So it's going to be a week and a day
Right.
that you'll have an opportunity to attend the fair at some point.
Correct.
Now, you do want to mention S&S night, which is Thursday the 3rd.
Thursday night. Thursday night's S&S night. You can go by the S&S, and they have free tickets there with a purchase of certain items that they have. A lot of times it's Hershey's or Lay's potato chips or something like that, and they'll give you free tickets to get in on Thursday night. So that's the S&S night.
So, and that's again an opportunity. If you're short of cash or times are a little bit tough for you, there's an opportunity throughout any of the days. You can get more information about the Columbia County Fair by going on to the website of the Columbia County Resources, or you can call the fairgrounds. There's the Columbia County Fair, columbiacountyfair.org.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you said the theme is Walk Down Memory Lane?
Walk down memory lane, yep.
And that's because of this is the theme.
Yep.
62
yep.
years.
It's just you got to, to try to come up with something. We're going to have pictures from the olden days, of how things were back then. We'll have, some shots of that showing how it used to be.
And I'm going to say something here. Everybody's heard the Bascom Norris Road, and people don't know who Bascom Norris was. Well, you want to explain who Bascom Norris was? Because he had a lot to do with the Columbia County Fair for many, many years before he passed away. But talk a little bit about Bascom Norris.
Bascom Norris, he was a special individual. He pretty much put together, and he was part of this fair for, gosh, I don't know how many years, way before I ever got involved in it. And even his whole family was, not just him, his whole family was. He actually came out. His wife was still coming out. Every single year, she'd come out and man that office, that little office building that we had for information and all. She just loved it. And Miss Nell, and she was just, they were fantastic people. They kept this thing going year after year after year.
Yeah, so when you're driving down Bascom Norris Drive, any of the bypass of the town on Bascom Norris, that is the gentleman who worked for the county for many years and who made the fair happen and was a pillar with the fair for years.
He really was. He was the whole family.
Again, if you want more information about the Columbia County Fair, you can go on to columbiacountyfair.org. I think we got the slide again. You can show that to you, columbiacountyfair.org or 752-8822. Too late right now if you want to be an exhibitor. I think you probably got all your exhibits sold out, but go out to the fair. If you're new to town and you want to maybe exhibit next year, look at the fair this year and maybe you exhibit next year and you're a part of the fair instead of just a spectator. Mike, thanks for being on the program tonight, and
Thank you
good
all
luck.
for inviting us.
Good luck. I know your life is going to be, your life is not going to be your own for the next several days. So we wish you best of luck. Wish you best of luck, and thank you for watching Perspective here on Florida Gateway College Television. Until next time, I'm Mike McKee. Good night.